Hello and welcome. My name is Em and I will be teaching you how to isolate variables. Isolating variables is a lot like walking across a tightrope. You always have to have balance. When isolating variables, you can't just take something from the left without taking it from the right. You have to evenly take it from both sides so that way you don't tip over. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So our first example we have is negative 30x plus 37 is equal to negative 113. So our first step is going to be getting rid of this 37 here, because we just want to get it so that x is on one side, all the other numbers on the other side. So first up, we're going to subtract 37 from both sides. And when we do that, we're going to end up with negative 30x is equal to negative 150. Okay, so now that we have this, our next step is going to be to divide each side by negative 30, because right now we have negative 30 times x, and we want to get that isolated. So when we divide each side by negative 30, if you're doing the math, you have x is going to equal 5. This next example is going to be x squared plus 5 minus 4 is equal to 50. Now I know some of you guys are probably like, well, why don't we just take the 5, subtract it from 4, and then you'll have 1. Well, I'm going to do it the long way, just so you can see it. So we're going to do, first step we're going to do is we're going to add 4 to both sides. Because right now we have a negative 4 since we're subtracting it. We want to get that, remove all our negatives first, because that's going to mess us up in the end. Although it could work, but it'll be longer. So first thing we're going to do is get rid of our negatives by adding the negative. So we're going to add 4 to both sides. And we're going to have x squared plus 5 is equal to 54. Now that we have that, we're going to subtract 5 from both sides because we just want to get this x by itself. So we're going to have minus 5, and then it'll end up being x squared is equal to 49. Now, the next step is going to be to find the square root of both sides. So when you find the square root, your answer is going to come out to be x is equal to plus or minus 7. So you're asking, why plus or minus? Well, because you can either do 7 squared. If you do positive 7 squared, it'll come up to 49. If you do negative 7 squared, it'll come up to 49. So it can be both. All right. So our next example, while it may seem intimidating, is not. It just takes a lot of steps, but as you follow it, it'll be simple. So our next step is going to be 6x plus 26 times, that's what the little dot is, negative 3 is equal to 2x minus 4. Okay, so there are a lot of steps here, but it's all right. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to combine like terms, which means in this case we have this 26 and it's negative 3, which when you multiply those together, you get negative 78. So by doing this, we'll have 6x plus negative 78, or minus 76x minus 78, is equal to 2x minus 4. So, now that we've combined our like terms, we could do it either two ways. We could add 78 to both sides, or add 4 to both sides. The way I'm doing it is I'm going to add 78 to both sides, but you could add 4 to both sides. So, we're going to have 6x is equal to 2x. And when you add the positive 78 to the negative 4, you'll have positive 74. So plus 74. So our next step, since we have the x on this side already, what we're going to do is we're going to take this x here, this 2x, we're going to bring it over here. So we're going to subtract 2x from both sides. So because of the fact that this x is a positive, we have to subtract. So when we subtract 2x from both sides, what we end up getting is 4x is equal to 74. Now this is, you may be looking, well, that doesn't divide evenly. Every time that you simplify x, it's not going to divide evenly. So our next step is going to be to divide each side by 4. And when you do that, you will end up getting x is equal to 18.5. So these are our 3 examples. Thank you for watching. And I hope you got something from this video. And stay awesome.